What's up guys, Rick from RallySport Direct here. We've got Jared from customer service beside me. Behind us, we've got our Ford Focus RS, and right here, we've got the Whiteline coilover specific for the RS. Now, you're kind of our Ford guy, and I know you're excited about these coilovers. You know, what can you tell us about them?
So basically what Whiteline has done is they've set us up with some awesome coilovers for the Focus RS. They kept the same design for the front strut, but went with a new design for the rear strut. Now Ford, what they use is they use a separated spring and strut combo in the rear. Here what Whiteline has done is they've gone with a full true coilover, integrating the strut and coil spring in the same package.
Yeah, so it's pretty unique, and which also means it's going to be a different install compared to most coilovers on the market. So we're going to walk you guys through step by step on how to get this installed. Now, if you want more in-depth on the coilovers themselves, check out our What's in the Box video. If you want to see our review on it, check out our in-depth review video. But for this one, it's just going to be walking you guys through start to finish. So shall we get started?
Let's go.
Before we get started, the first thing we're going to want to do is raise up the vehicle, secure it with a jack stand, and remove the wheels. Next, we need to remove the cowl to access the front top hats. There are going to be 4 plastic clips, which you can remove with a flathead screwdriver, 2 T30 screws, and 2 10mm bolts under the plastic cowl. With the cowl removed, next we're going to want to remove the sway bar end link from the strut. Now we can move to the 8mm bolt holding the brake line to the strut. Simply remove that. Move to the back of the strut and remove the large 15mm bolt. Use some lubrication, as that will help the hub slide off the strut. Get the strut prepared to be removed and push down on the hub. Move to the top of the car and remove the 3 13mm bolts holding on the strut. As the strut drops down, make sure to remove the damper adjustment wiring harness. With the strut free from the car, we need to remove the OEM top hat. Simply compress the spring, use an offset 18mm wrench to remove the top nut, and the top hat should come free. With the top hat removed, we need to remove the upper spring perch and boot from the top hat. You'll see that it exposes the bearing inside. Simply use some of the grease, lube up the supplied Whiteline upper spring perch, and put in place. To assemble the new coilover, grab the top hat, put it in place, and use the supplied nut and tighten it down. Lift the coilover into place and use the 3 13mm bolts to secure the top hat and secure the coilover in place. Slide the hub up the coilover shaft. We found it helpful to use a floor jack to aid us. With the hub and coilover in place, we can now reconnect our brake lines to the strut and our sway bar end links. Now secure the hub to the coilover with the large 15mm bolt on the back side of the hub. Double check to make sure everything's tight, put your wheel back on, and now we can move to the rear of the vehicle. With the wheel removed, we want to remove the rear sway bar end link from the hub. Remove the large 15mm bolt holding the control arm to the hub. We'll use a jack to help support that as we lower it down. With the control arm lowered, we can then fully remove the spring, as we will not be using it. Make sure to put your 15mm bolts back through the control arm and the hub. Now we need to remove the strut by removing the 2 upper 13mm nuts holding the top of the strut to the chassis. Slowly lower the strut out and make sure to disconnect your damping adjustment wiring harness. With the damper out of the way, we need to remove the 2 studs. Use an E7 star socket and those should come out fairly easily. We'll need to reuse the rear OEM top mount and simply remove that with a 17mm socket. Place the OEM top hat on the new coilover and tighten it down with a 17mm socket. We will need to use the supplied steel spacer that will go between the top hat and the chassis, and we'll put this into place before we raise the strut into place. Put the coilover in place and use the supplied 13mm bolts to bolt it up into the chassis. With the top mount secure, move to the lower portion of the strut and attach it to the hub using the 15mm bolt. Put the control arm back in place and tighten it down with the 15mm OE bolt. Use a jack to lift up the hub and reinstall the sway bar end link. Reinstall your wheels, lower the car, make sure everything's torqued to spec, and go enjoy your new suspension.